Welcome to Historical Crypto News, where we bring you the stories behind the code. Today, we diving deep into the history of one of the most ambitious projects in the crypto space, Cardano and its native token, ADA. Our story begins not with a flash of inspiration, but with a rigorous academic foundation. Back in 2015, Charles Hoskinson, one of the co-founders of Ethereum, parted ways with the project. He had a different vision for the future of blockchain, one built on peer-reviewed academic research and a methodical, scientific approach. He believed that for blockchain to truly go global and handle the complex needs of nations and corporations, it needed to be built differently. This wasn't about moving fast and breaking things. It was about building something robust enough to last for generations. So Hoskinson founded IOHK, or Input-Output Hong Kong, the engineering and research company that would begin the development of Cardano. The name itself, Cardano, is a nod to Girolamo Cardano, a 16th-century Italian polymath. The token ADA is named after Ada Lovelace, the 19th-century mathematician often regarded as the world's first computer programmer. These names weren't chosen by accident. They signal the project's deep respect for science, mathematics, and pioneering thought. The goal was to create what they called a third-generation blockchain. Bitcoin was the first generation, a simple ledger for transferring value. Ethereum was the second, introducing smart contracts. Cardano aimed to be the third, solving the critical issues of scalability, interoperability, and sustainability that plagued its predecessors. Unlike many projects that launched with a quick ICO, Cardano's initial coin offering was unique. It took place primarily in Japan between 2015 and 2017, earning it the nickname the Japanese Ethereum. This fundraising period, structured in tranches, distributed ADA tokens to a wide base of early supporters. The total supply of ADA was capped at 45 billion tokens, ensuring a finite and predictable monetary policy from the outset. The development of Cardano was meticulously planned out in 5 distinct phases, or eras, each named after a famous figure in poetry or computing. This roadmap wasn't just a marketing tool. It was a public commitment to a phased, deliberate rollout, where each stage built upon the last. The first era was Byron, which officially launched in September 2017. This was the foundational stage of the Cardano network. The mainnet went live, allowing users to send and receive ADA using the official Daedalus and Yoroi wallets. Daedalus was a full-node wallet, meaning it downloaded a full copy of the blockchain, offering maximum security and decentralization. Yoroi, on the other hand, was a light wallet designed as a simple browser extension for quick and easy transactions. The Byron era was about establishing the core infrastructure. It operated on a federated model where the block production was managed by IOHK and its partners. This was a necessary, centralized first step to ensure the network was stable and secure before handing over control to the community. Next came the Shelley era, a monumental leap towards decentralization. The transition to Shelley began in mid-2020, and this was the moment Cardano truly started to become the network it was envisioned to be. Shelley introduced the Ouroboros Proof consensus protocol, a groundbreaking proof-of-stake algorithm. Unlike proof-of-work systems that require massive energy consumption, proof-of-stake allows ADA holders to participate in network security by staking their tokens. They could either run their own stake pool or delegate their ADA to an existing pool. In return for helping to validate transactions and create new blocks, these participants receive rewards in ADA. The Shelley hard fork was a huge success, and within months, thousands of independent stake pools had sprung up across the globe, creating one of the most decentralized networks in the entire crypto industry. The control of block production was officially transferred from the founding entities to the community of stake pool operators. With the network now decentralized and secure, the next phase was Goguen, focused on utility and smart contracts. The Goguen era, which began its rollout in 2021, was all about bringing programmability to Cardano. This was achieved through a series of hard forks, culminating in the Alonzo hard fork in September 2021. This update finally enabled developers to build and deploy smart contracts on the Cardano blockchain using a new programming language called Plutus. Plutus is based on Haskell, a functional programming language known for its high degree of security and formality. This choice reflects Cardano's philosophy of correctness by construction. The idea is to create contracts that are less prone to the bugs and exploits that have plagued other platforms. The Goguen era also introduced the ability to create native tokens on Cardano. Unlike Ethereum's ERC-20 tokens, which are managed by smart contracts, Cardano's native tokens are treated much like ADA itself on the ledger. This makes them more secure and efficient to transact with, opening the door for a wave of new assets, from NFTs to stablecoins, to be built on the platform. Following Goguen, the roadmap leads us to the Basho era, which is the current phase of development. Basho is all about scaling and optimization. As the network grows and more applications are built on it, the demand for transaction throughput increases. The Basho era focuses on improving the underlying performance of the Cardano network to handle a massive volume of transactions without compromising security or decentralization. A key part of this is the introduction of sidechain-separate blockchains that are connected to the main Cardano chain. Sidechains can offload work from the mainnet, allowing for greater specialization and scalability. Imagine a sidechain dedicated entirely to a decentralized finance application or a gaming metaverse, all while still being anchored to the security of the main Cardano blockchain. Another major focus of Basho is the Hydra scaling solution, a Layer 2 protocol that enables the creation of Hydra heads. Each head is a mini-ledger between a small group of participants capable of processing transactions off-chain at near-instant speeds. These transactions can then be settled on the main chain, dramatically increasing the network's overall capacity. The Basho era is about preparing Cardano for mass adoption. The final planned era on the roadmap is Voltaire. This is the era of governance. From the very beginning, Cardano was designed to become a self-sustaining system, fully governed by its community. The Voltaire era will introduce a voting and treasury system that puts the future development of the Cardano ecosystem directly into the hands of ADA holders. A portion of all transaction fees and block rewards will be channeled into a treasury. ADA holders can then vote on proposals for funding new projects, protocol upgrades, and other initiatives. This creates a decentralized feedback loop where the community itself decides how the network evolves and how its resources are allocated. Voltaire is the final piece of the puzzle, ensuring that Cardano can adapt and grow for decades to come without relying on IOHK or any other central entity. It's the ultimate step in handing the keys to the kingdom over to the users. Throughout its evolution, Cardano has faced its share of criticism. Some have called its development slow and overly academic, especially when compared to competitors who launched smart contracts much earlier. However, the team behind Cardano has always maintained that this deliberate, research-first approach is a feature, not a bug. They argue that building financial infrastructure for the world requires a level of rigor that can't be rushed. Every update is preceded by peer-reviewed papers, formal specifications, and extensive testing. This methodical process, while time-consuming, is designed to build a foundation that is secure, sustainable, and capable of supporting a global financial operating system. And so, from a philosophical split with Ethereum to a fully decentralized community-governed blockchain in the making the history of Cardano, an ADA is a story of patience, scientific rigor, and an unwavering vision for a more scalable, interoperable, and sustainable future. Its journey through the eras of Byron, Shelley, Goguen, Basho, and Voltaire is a testament to long-term planning in a world often obsessed with short-term gains. The final chapter of Cardano's creation is still being written, but its history has already carved out a unique and influential place in the annals of cryptocurrency. Like, subscribe, and see you in another story.